And hello everybody, welcome. And we have to do something in this episode here. Now Crown Falls is looking fine so far, but a bit small, don't you think? So we have to do a few things here. First of all, we have to manage our new products here. The thing right now is that Commute Peer only unlocks at engineer stage, and we don't have that yet. And I certainly don't want to build whole cities here now with workers on these islands here, because that is just a total waste of time and repetitive. So what we're going to do is, nope, we're not going to have those productions in Crown Falls, even though we could have, but we are going to have at least the farms on the other islands, because the farms, well, you know, they only cost me some farmers there, and in this case here, that's totally worth it. So for us, we're just going to move everything that we have over here to Siffington, and in Siffington, we do have the grain and the hops fertility, and oh, Miss Hunt offers us a destroy quest. We have to do that. We have to absolutely do that. Let's go back to the old world there. Destroy a schooner. That's easy peasy, right? Lady Margaret's shipment of beer was contaminated, and she's worried the lives of her people will be in danger if the brew reaches them. And destroy the enemy ship there. Let's have a look down here. We have our starting to look like a massive fleet there. And somewhere here is a schooner. There it is. And it even's got a frigate there as escort, and it's coming right for our island there. And there's some contaminated brew in there, and we certainly shouldn't allow it to reach us. And what I can see here right now too is that this is actually a quest line. So to refill one, spit it out, and that's what we need. Speaking of quest lines, I'm so sorry. What I just noticed is, or what I just remembered is, that we don't have the anarchist in this game. Like, that is just horrible, right? He's got a beautiful quest line that we haven't finished in the other Let's Play. So lucky for us though, I do have the AI shipment installed, the mods, so I'm just waiting for Alonso to get destroyed, and then we're going to let the anarchist move into this game, and we can do that then without starting a new game. We definitely should be doing that, because the anarchist offers us some good quests there. But let's forget about him there. And as we can see now, our fleet is coming for this one there. I'm feeling a bit more confident looking at my ship of the lines there. We do have quite a few of them. Now the other thing, we can still do more of them. Look at that, we can even do 3, 4 of them more. Get the first Sea Lord influence, we should keep that. Because we do get a nice bonus out of this one here, and that is attack speed plus 33% on my ships. That is just amazing. With that, my ships are really strong because they fire way more often. There, the schooner is destroyed. We just have this frigate here now. Poor one. Oh yeah, there it's breaking apart under the volleys. And let's take the proof here and deliver it. Oh, right, to Miss Hunt back at our town. So she's waiting here already. And that's the quest for that, while we continue building ship of the lines. So important. Now, while my ships are back on the way, what we need to do, Siffington. Oh yeah, definitely we need more guns here. We only have 2 guns so far. And let's unload a few things here. We do have bricks and timbers. So in this case here, harbor storage. Now what we want to do in Siffington is, as I said, now temporarily we have all the farms in Siffington, you know, so the grain farms, the hop farms, the pig farms, because they only need farmers, and we can build a farmer city quite easily and quickly and have the processing factories then in Crown Falls. Later, once we have the commute up here, we can then move those processing factories over here to Siffington, right? So Siffington is, well, a beautiful big island here, and it's also going to be a small farmer village, but nothing more than that, right? We do have some other beautiful islands. I definitely want to get another city then up that has workers and farmers on them, but Siffington is not going to be such an island, right? So let's start here, blueprinted, of course, and what we need here in Siffington is a few buildings. Nothing too serious there, just a few blocks here. We really just are here for the farmer workforce. That's why we need those buildings here to have our grain farm, hop farm and pig farms here, and then we can move everything to Crown Falls. But of course, farmers do need to be happy too, so let's have a pub here and never forget the fire station. Righto, and then we just copy this whole block here that we've just created and just copy it up here and over here, right? I think we will need quite like that amount of farmers here. And then we have the newspaper, the war declared as expected. Let's have a bit of money over it. And this one here doesn't look good either. Let's go for some happiness increase, right? I'm not expecting any war right now, so let's just have that. And then we go, I mean, not expecting, you know, Miss Hunt, she could declare war on me anytime soon. And then we have a few fish farms here. We do have so much timber, so I will not... Oh, I'm always a bit afraid when I see her. Like, there's the war declaration, because when that happens, we're going down at this point. No, it's not that bad, right? Do we have weapons in Crown Falls? We do have some weapons here, that's good. Let's take my ship off the line. Oh, actually, let's take the frigate, it's faster. And get some of those weapons and steel beams over to Siffington, right? Because in Siffington we need to get a better defense up and running there. At the moment it's not looking that good here. 2 towers is not enough. Right, so that's that. And yes, we do have clay pits, clay deposits here and stuff like that. But don't forget, they cost workforce, especially worker workforce, and I don't want that here at the moment. Right, so let's build those guys here quickly. And also the fish farms. And now we got the first farmers here. We still have enough timber there, so let's build that block here and this block here. Very good. And then just unload everything that we got. And on the second ship and on the third ship, there's 20 tons left. So let's get those 3 clippers back to Crown Falls, where we are producing lots of timber. So it won't be a big deal investing something into that. And now we need to wait a bit here for the farmer workforce to grow, right? So that's going to take a bit of time. Siffington has reached the city status of village now. Fine. And the ships are on the way. Just everything. Oh, and we have some oil here too. I haven't seen that yet. That's pretty good. For later, if we need that. And we certainly will need it, right? Right. And here we can now start with the first productions then. We do need quite a lot. So we do need sausage, soap, and bread and beer. You know, and those 4 goods. We want to start producing them here on Siffington, all of them. And that's going to be quite the challenge. So we need to use our way here, or our space here that we have, as optimal as possible. I'm going to keep the houses here then, in this area there. So what we can do is we can, in blueprint mode, copy another block here and another block here, and that's the end of it. I don't intend this city to grow any bigger than this. So that's... Alrighty, having those things here, I'm a bit worried though right now. Let's go back to the old world. What is happening with my quest? Where is the proof? Let's see. There's the proof, right? It's not close enough to my to Miss Hunt there. Let's get my ships out of the way. That is not a harbor for a big fleet to be in here.
Come, don't be shy.
Right, so let's turn it in. And then we get some money, but more important is the reputation that we have now from Miss Hunt. Very good. Hopefully that buys us some time there again, right? While another 4 ship of the lines are being built, and while we continue reinforcing our harbors. Where is the frigate? There it's coming in with the weapons, the steel beams, everything that we need for a bigger defense. Now over here I'm going to have the pig farms, and pig farms only. So that's going to be here. And for the pig farms, let's see, let's have a path here. And then for the sausage, so we do need really a lot of pig farms, right? Pig farm is necessary for sausage and for the rendering works for the soap. So in this case here, I don't even know with how many we should start at this point. So let's have those 3 here, because I want to once again see how many fields it actually takes here. So in this case here, we can actually stay on that side here, and then we have another 6 on that side here. And please don't swear at me for not using the most optimal layouts that you can find on the internet. I don't like building like that. And this one here works totally fine. We have now that. We have 1 block at least. Let's get rid of that warehouse there again. And in this case here, yep, we can now just copy that for a few of those areas here that we have. Also on this side here. And now we need to leave a bit of space there for some warehouses. because we're definitely going to need lots of warehouses for that. Those pig farms are really aggressive, let me tell you that, with delivering goods to some places. So in that case here, another one here. Or actually we can have it up here, right? Yeah, that's fine. And then having another warehouse here. And we can have another warehouse up here, bordering to those farms there. Fine, there is a road connection still missing. Everything else is looking good. So I think that's quite enough pig farms for now. We do need quite a lot of them, as I said. We do have more farmers now. That's good. So we can soon start with that. And my frigate has arrived. Very important to do that, to build our harbor defenses here so that we have the cannon tower. And in this case here, let's not use the blueprint. Right, it's costing me a lot of influence though. But it's totally worth it having a big harbor defense there at some point. Timber is going low there too. Lucky for us, we do have quite a lot of clippers waiting. And ceasefire, oh, it doesn't affect me. I'm fine with that. Let's get the frigate back to Crown Falls. And how's the rum looking, by the way? We got quite the rum production up and running. And I just want to see how much we have. Oh yeah, look at that. It's totally capped, which is quite understandable since, yeah, Crown Falls is still pretty small there. So nothing we can do. And let's have a look here. There we have the pig farms, very good. On that side here, we probably will have the hops farm around the village then. And the grain farms. Well, let's have the hop up here and have the grain farms around the city itself, or the village itself. There we have them then. And I will also need quite a lot of them because they're not only responsible for bakery or for the bread, but also for the beer production. So that's something to keep in mind. And in this case here, let's build one. I think we don't need that much space here, as you can see, quite enough. And then we can just, whoops, not like that. Place a few of them here. And we certainly do need some warehouses for them. And then let's just copy that one here on the other side. That's fine. So there we have a few of them. And yeah, why not just close it off then with a few more farmhouses here then right around the corner for those grain farms. It just fits having those beautiful fields there beside the beautiful grain fields. I absolutely love the contrast of that. Let's build that block here. Right, so that's that we have now 6 and 11. So we have 11 of them right now, I think. Wait a second, let's move the warehouse over here. And then we should be able to fit it in here. Very good. Having another field of those guys over here. Another warehouse here. That should do for now. That's pretty fine. Now over here in Siffington, what we still need is the hop farms, right? So we do have the grain farms. As we can see, we have lots of space here available for the grain farms, the pig farms here, and over here we have the hop farms. Now for this reason, we do need to calculate a bit because we need to find out how much we actually need. In this case here, we do have 11, we do have 17 grain farms. 17 grain farms. Now, one windmill, flour mill, is taking 30 seconds. In this case here, we do need 8 flour mills for that to work. But we're going to have 6 of them, right? So that's 12 grain farms that we need. So we do need another 5. Let's say 5 more grain farms to make this work, this whole thing. So there we have another one. And this is going to look beautiful with the farming update and the farming DLC. Hopefully we can continue here on the modded playthrough and then we just continue with that. That would be amazing. Here we have the fire station then, another building that we have here. Very good. And there our grain farms or grain farms are starting taking shape. One thing that we need to keep in mind here, what I can see right now, the oil patches up here do need a direct beach connection at some point, right? So in this case here, let's have a street from up here, a double layered street going all the way down here to the beach then, where we have the train. Right, so this is kind of like the end here. Could we? Yeah, we can squeeze those farms in here. That looks beautiful. Perfect. We do have more space than available for even more farms. Yes, that's exactly what we want. Now over here, I'm not going to build all of them right away, by the way. This is just planning. This is just outlining our production chains that we have. And in this case here, we do have more here. Now, I hope this is right. Let's have a look. The hop farm. There we have the first one. How much? Oh, 48. That's not much. Look at that. They're really small. So we could move the whole thing closer over here. Perfectly fine. Then we have the street here. Let's get rid of that street here. And then we just, well, copy the whole thing here once again. And in this case here, let's build 8 of them for now. Whoops, that's 4. Ah, yeah, let's just copy them. Oh no, that's a bit too close there. Well then, I didn't notice that the beach is coming closer in that regard, so yeah, we do need to get rid of them again. Let's take them and have a look. So over here, that's fine, right? So here we can have them. So there we have the street then, just a few bits there up in this case here, and then we can copy them again. Right, there we have our hop farms. And later, we do need a bit of space here in between them, because we do need flour mills and bakeries here then too at some point, once we have the ability to commute or to have a commute appear, right? So in this case here, that we have then all those hop farms, and we could even, I think, go as far as this one here, moving them over here. So this is really mass producing or mass production, right? And in that case here, there we can still fit in now some fire stations. I think in this case we want to have one here and one here. And then we have enough space here for, wait for it, flour mills and the breweries then at some point, because we do need space for that as well. And in this case we can expand here then later, because don't think for the next 5 minutes, think for the next 25 hours that we need to plan this. And it needs to be planned well, otherwise we would have lots of work down the road then. Now here we have the pig farms. Everything is ready basically. We do have the timber available now. So I think what we can still do is build this block here and this block here. But that's certainly enough workforce now that we have. Very good. So the outline of the farms is finished. We do have the defense here. Let's go back to Crown Falls. Before I continue here in Crown Falls, let's have a look at Miss Hunter once again. Military wise, oh, she's so far ahead. It's incredible. Don't get confused by the bars here. But the, oh, economy-wise, we are stronger though. And Alonso, yeah, he's no challenge there. Bente, well, she doesn't need to be a challenge, right? She's just charming. And we're just going to keep her as an ally here, even though it could hurt us in the long term. I hope Miss Hunt is not going for war against Bente. I don't think so. Trade rights. 70,000, let's go for this. It's always good to have a good reputation with Miss Hunt. Buys us some time. Of course, time is of the essence here. The war is coming anyway. We just purchase us a bit more time there. In this case here, Crown Falls is ready. We don't have any farmers here. And in this case, yeah, we can now expand here. We do need places though for those production buildings, right? For the bakeries and the farms and stuff like that. And we want to have this as far away as possible. And in this case, we're going to have it up here. So in this, yeah, just like that. We have the layers here once again. So there we have then trains passing through. And up here, we do now have some production lines for bakeries, breweries, and stuff like that. Now, for starters, let's have a look. I want to start with, let's say, 4 flour mills. Now that's how we started, right? So there we have a few of those flour mills now. And we are just starting out with 4 of them here. That's that. We could then expand later over here then and over here. Doesn't matter. There we have the warehouse. We do need another fire station. That's fine. So 4, that means 8 bakeries already. So that's quite a lot. In this case here, let's have the bakeries. Right, we will need another warehouse. And yeah, because some of you commented that I'm not building symmetrical sometimes, because the game randomly places down those buildings, let's just have them look at each other. And here we have then those bakeries, and yes, we do need 8 of them. Let's have a block of 4. And another block of 4. Right, so that we have the bakeries. And one more thing that we need is the brewery. In this case here, we do need the malt house. Let's have 4 malt houses. That's perfectly fine for starters, for a good starter beer production. And let's finish this one here off. So here we can then have more flour mills and bakeries. And over here, we just will start now with the breweries. Malt houses first. In that case here, we need 4.
Hubris seldom goes
Oh, look at that. She's already threatening again. Let's pay it. Money, it's not a problem. And once the beer comes in, oh boy. And malt house, 4 of them should be fine. And on the other side here, we're going to have the breweries, right? And in this case here, 4 malt houses actually for 8 breweries. But let's start with 4 breweries for now. I don't want to overextend here. In my opinion, 4 will be perfectly fine. Another firehouse here, fitting in there perfectly. And that's it. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is already almost all our production. Now, we still have one more thing. And that's the sausage and the soap. Those 2 are very important and we have enough room to expand, right? And in this case here, let's see. Not here though. This is a beautiful spot there with the waterfalls in the background. Oh, this island is so massive. Yep. And let's just find another way. Yeah, let's go up. No, this is a beautiful spot there though. Let's stay up there. Why not for now? I'm going to move those factories then at some point anyway. So I don't care. There we have our schnapps production, which we could already copy. Like that. We are in blueprint mode anyway, so we can do that. Right, so here we have the potato farms then for that case. And here we have our sausage and tallow production. There we have a 2-layered road again, going up there. And then here, well, let's make it here. Yeah, let's have it here. And there we start with, I think, sausage. So in this case here, we do have so many pig farms. Let's go with 8 slaughterhouses. Right, so that's our first batch of slaughterhouses. I'm going to copy that right away. Right, for 8 of them, we definitely will need 2 fire stations and 2 warehouses. Right, so that's our slaughterhouses that we have. And then, what else do we need? Well, over here, let's have a warehouse there. We do need something for the soap production. Now, in this case here, once again, we can have 8 rendering works actually. That's pretty fine because it takes a minute here. We do have so many pig farms. Let's start with 8 rendering works. Actually, let's just continue up there. So we have enough space here. Let's have another warehouse up here. Thing is, we will probably not need that many, but in this case here, that's 8 of them. And that means we can have, well, 16 soap factories if we want to. And in that case here, 16 is definitely 2 blocks of 4, or, well, blocks of 4s. Right, so there we have them. Oh, I just love building all that. And here we have another warehouse. And we do need to have fire stations once again. On either side. Because don't forget, those fire stations, they're not only tending when it's burning, but they're also reducing the risk of fire. So the more you have of them here close by, the better overall. So in that case here, there we have our sausage and soap. We have the beer. And we have, well, our bread production. And with that, I think it's finally time to let the flames start. And in this case here, let's start with the grain farms. Oh, there was a lag for a second there. And here we have the grain farms, the first ones coming up. I'm going to build this row here too. And that warehouse there. And a fire station here. So that we have the first batch of them. Right, that's that. Do we have more timber? Oh, we do have a bit more timber, but I do need more, obviously. In this case here, we are capped in crown falls anyway. This is taking quite a lot of time now here, doing that. but it's very important. By the way, with those productions, we are then finished with the workers already, so we can go right away for artisans, and that's important. So in that case here, the grain farms, and over here we have the hop farms, right? And let's start with 8 of them, as I said. There we have the first 8 of them. That should be fine. A beautiful location to work in. As we can see over there, the islands on the other side. Beautiful. Right, and then we do need the pig farms. And pig farm wise, we're just going with all of those guys here. We can afford them. Oh, now, well, we don't have much more timber for the warehouses. And we do have a little riot here in Kingston. And what do you do with a riot? Well, you show who's the boss. Let's have 2 fire or 2 police departments up there. They're really cheap, those police departments, so we can just spam a few of them here and there with our rum. We always need to keep the rum flowing. People don't like it when they're thirsty.
Ship constructed.
Oh, and another ship of the line is coming out now. And yeah, we do need to wait for a bit of timber now, and then we can finally finish all these productions. They're probably going to upgrade some of those warehouses then. And then you can just watch how the goods are flowing into Crown Falls.